If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option, as Sori says. 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed, and y'all should lead them.
To buy our merch.
Eternal Blue by Spiritbox, dear listener. We have the lyric video up.
It's not that you open my heart, folding like a reptile, colder in the light. It's not that the agony starts to pull me like a riptide, pulsing in time. It's one by one, cut the circulation as it does it us for you. Flood in the cut will run, now you turn the blue sun to illuminate our wounds. I wish my blood would slow down. And what's left of me, a cavity, at least the space is my heart. It's where you left me to die. I wish my blood would slow down. You can make my blood rush, slow down.
that
wow.
song. I'm very glad that she kept it clean the entire song.
So am I. I just wish she would have gone high. I like it when she just goes like really crazy. But you know when she goes crazy, she usually goes like that other vocal style. So
I like.
But I do like her clean vocals.
I like this vocal. I like actually this reserved sort of depressive type of. Especially when I'm in this. When I get in these mood cycles. I really, really enjoy that kind of.
Yeah. Yep. Do you? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Emily says, I feel like too many bands are trying to do Evanescence and don't come through. Strings are stellar, though. Woo!
Ouch.
I think Amy Lee's gonna... I think Amy Lee is probably... She's kind of the godmother of that genre, right? Like...
Yeah. I would say so.
And that's probably why I'm glad she didn't go high. Because I don't really think anybody can fuck with Amy Lee at that level. Because Amy Lee goes high. She can go high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so
in that other one...
I like that it was reserved.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
In that other song, I can't remember what the name of it is now at the moment. It's the one where she's in the house and, like, people are getting killed all around her. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the song.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then she does her like scream, but that one she like went up a lot of times. I really liked it, so I was hoping for her to go up, but it was still a really good song. I do like her vocal style. That's one thing that like I hope to be able to figure out is what my vocal style is, because I do different things, but I would like to know what is just this is my baseline. This is like me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you sang more.
Maybe if I felt more artistic more. Verse 1. Okay, so what do you think this is about? It sounds like...
I think it's a relationship.
Yeah, but... I wasn't sure if it was like friendship or if it like was a family member, or there was nothing about it that made me think it was definitely like a love relationship that was ending.
Really? It's not that you opened my heart, folding like a reptile, colder in the light. You know, reptiles are cold-blooded. Mm-hmm. So I think she's saying that this person's a cold-blooded. The way she writes, I initially don't get it, and then when the song is over, I look at it, I go, holy shit, she's a genius. Just like with the circle around me thing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. She's really, really, really brilliant in her lyricism. Like,
so
she's. I don't like the whole female vocalist versus whatever vocalist. I just think she's probably. It's 2022. We're still in the first quarter of 2022. She's one of the top vocalists in 2022 right now, in my opinion, because of her lyrics, lyricist. Let me say it that way.
Yeah.
Lyricist. I don't think we've listened to enough yet. But lyrically, it's very kind of like out there, and you really have to stop and think about what she's saying. Mm-hmm. It's not that you opened my heart, folding like a reptile, colder in the light. You know, it's either this person's cold-blooded or this person turned her into a cold-blooded person, relationship-wise. It's not that the agony starts to pull me like a ripple pulsing in time.
Riptide,
pulsing in time. It's one by one, cut the circulation as the dust settles for you. Ugh. Flood in the cut will run an eternal blue sun to illuminate old wounds. That's brilliant writing. That is really, really, really,
what do you
really,
think she
really
meant
writing.
by that?
I think she's saying is like, it's not like a sudden thing or a sudden tear. It's not that you opened my heart. You know, it's not like it was like a momentary crisis event. It was the overtime. The constant cuts over time. Oh my god! That screwed her up. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, a riptide again is the same thing. Like riptide is like you're just swimming along, everything's going good.
It just takes you.
Boom, you're
See,
gone.
to me, that's not like over time. That's like it happened and you didn't expect it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that she's saying it's not that way. So it's not you tore open my heart in an instant, in a crisis moment. It's not that it was a riptide and you got sucked away in a crisis moment. What happened was an overtime thing.
It's not
so
the
she's
diagonal starts from the
contrasting
verb type pulsing type.
those
Okay.
like instantaneous.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
catastrophes
Okay. That's
with, you know, it's one by one. Cut the circulation as the dust settles for you.
Yeah.
A flood in the cut. So, you know, it's each cut. You know, I say like when I was with the other person, the death by 1,000 razor blades. Is how I described it, because it was over long periods of time. And those relationships are like, I feel like those are a lot worse than like the sudden. God. I mean, although I did have kind of instances that normal people would say that would be a sudden heartbreaking moment to find out. Yeah,
there was some both. Yeah, you had both.
But it was in the context of so many other wounds that it was just it was just another thing. By that time, I had developed a bunch of scar tissue. By that point.
I guess maybe it's probably like that for like a lot of people, but not so extreme. You know what I mean? Like I had like a lot of little cut moments over time.
Yes.
But they were more easily overlooked, I think, than.
Well, I think in all relationships, people are going to hurt each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think there are imbalanced relationships where the relationship is based on a power dynamic where the person is allowed to constantly hurt the other person, and they don't have to apologize for it. They don't have to amend themselves. There's no accountability. And so they're allowed to just do that over and over. And then it kind of becomes the system of the relationship itself where this is expected. You're going to do X. I'm going to eat it, you know, yada, yada. And then the I think those kinds of relationships is what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And like, you know, because like everybody's going to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying?
I think that the motive is part of it too. Like, you know, there's, for the most part, I think that, you know, when you hurt each other, it's because you're different people. So, you know, you may prioritize things differently or you may see things differently, but your intention is not to hurt the other person. Like, how many times have you hurt me and you're like, I want to hurt her?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think that, you know, there might be times where you like say something, not you as in you, but like just, what do you say? The what you? The proverbial you. Yeah, where somebody will be like, you say something because you're angry, right? But like, so the purpose is I'm angry and I'm just gonna just let whatever fly, not because it's true necessarily, but just because I'm angry. And obviously those moments, they're not good in relationships. But again, I don't see that as like the person that says like, I want to hurt you. What did Amy
say? I've had that was the most productive fight I've ever witnessed before. Yeah. You
know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but very few people are gonna say that.
What, that they want?
Like,
they want to hurt somebody.
This guy, I don't think this guy would say, "Oh yeah, I want to hurt you."
No, but your person did.
Yeah, but my old person, you know, had severe mental sort of issues. So that was their. Like, I don't even feel like my situation is even comparable even to this situation. Like, it was just such a unique.
Oh God. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, insane situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, because the reason I'm saying that is because it's like there are really destructive people who don't know they're destructive people. Mm-hmm. Like, your person was a very, very destructive person, but I think he's gonna go to the grave not knowing he was a destructive person.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah.
So that's why I like the whole like, oh, I know I'm gonna like, I don't. There were things that he did in the moment to where it was like obvious, like that's what you were doing. You see what I'm like that's what he was doing. Where I think if certain people weren't around, it would have metastasized into something really, really bad.
Oh, for sure.
To where it would have been more evident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I'm in a lot of different forums with a lot of, you know, different women, and they're in the groups and stuff like that. And the pattern is the same. It's so crazy. And where it starts and where it goes.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I didn't know that. Like, that is like, this is obvious. This is par for the course. Like, if you allow somebody, okay, so like, I'm speaking to women, so I'm like, if the guy disrespects you And I'm not talking about like, you know, he's a shut up to you or something like I'm talking like he really disrespects you, and you allow that to continue and you stay in that relationship disrespected, then he loses even more respect for you because you didn't even have enough respect for yourself to say, okay, this is no. And it always gets worse. And before long, violence is involved. And it takes right off. It's unbelievable how often it just goes. And like sometimes, you know, girls will just be like, they're being vague because they don't want to put all their information out there. And then when you DM them, then you're like, you know, you really need to get out of that situation. It's going to get violent. And then they say, oh, it already has.
I told a friend of mine, because the dude was almost blatantly cheating on her. And I said, he's going to put his hands on you next. No. I said, okay. Hey, 4 weeks later, I got a call. And she's like, you got to get me a ticket. You got to get me. I was like, whoa, slow down. So it was...
I know.
I was like, slow down. What's going on? I mean, and of course, I couldn't do anything for us, hundreds of miles away. I mean, I got her, obviously, we got her the ticket, but she's like, he threw something, he did this, and that. You know, I'm like... So I got her on the, you know, I got her on a plane. I got her out of there to her sister's, but she's like, how did you know? And I'm like, it's
a pattern.
It's guys, respect is a big thing. And there's a lot of like, you know, almost like evolutionary sort of territorial marking and things of that nature that happen. And so like when a person absorbs that degree of, but I don't think it's because the girl doesn't necessarily respect herself as much as it is. To me, there's so many factors at play, and there's so many things that get lost in translation between men and women. Mm-hmm. So, like, a girl can completely and totally have a lot of self-respect, but her understanding of love and how the relationship is if I forgive this person, or if I overlook this, he's going to see the error of his ways and see that I'm such an awesome person that he's going to realize. Yeah. What she's not understanding is that he's looking at it like, oh, okay, I got her now. So now I can do this. Let me push the envelope to see how much farther I can go. So there's a disconnect to how those negotiations are working, because a lot of relationships are negotiations. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of like the discussion I was having with Zoe. So you can have a woman who completely respects herself and respects herself so much that she believes this guy's going to see what an awesome person I am. It doesn't mean she doesn't respect herself. It's just that her understanding of where he's going and what his intentions are completely off. Yep. Because he was able to read very quickly. Because look, and even scripturally it says it's love always hopes, right? So if you can't go, you're not initially going to go into a relationship with this cynical idea like this person is going to find what my definition of love is and then completely and totally abuse it. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not even supposed to go in a relationship like that. Mm-hmm. It takes a while, and by that time, there's so many heartstrings connected. And I think that's why she kept saying, slow down, you know, you make my blood rush, whatever. She wishes that she wasn't so emotionally connected to this guy to where her heart rate would increase, whether he did something good or bad. Because now he's using that as a control mechanism. So that's kind of, you know, it's kind of like, and this is a bad example, but just go with it. Like during the whole Iraq situation, and one of the big things you'd hear on Fox News every time is like, if you don't kill these people, then they're going to look at it like you're weak. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at it as, hey, let's forgive them, yada, 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 and they're going to see what good guys we are, when in reality, they're looking at it like, oh, you guys are weak, so now we're going to take advantage of you, which is kind of like the code of the street. A lot of dudes function that way. And a lot of dudes have been socialized to manipulate women. They've been socialized that way since they're small. Mm-hmm. To manipulate women. Dudes have been socialized. Really? Oh, 100%. 100%. I think, you know, you and Orion, and I'm not blaming moms or anything for it. I just sit back and I look and I go, there are things that Orion will do with you that he won't do with me.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's one of the reasons why I'm like, you need to get after him and make sure that he understands that he needs to respect you the same way that he would respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say there's no difference between you and I get it, like the nurturing angle and all that. He scrapes his knee once, he doesn't want me. I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm talking about.
I do, yeah, I do.
So I just think dudes are social, and so like the more of those privileges you have, you know, that kind of power in a real corrupt relationship, things can get
Messy.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why like messaging is so important. Women will find all kinds of excuses for their partner, men not so much. That's true. That's really, really true. Although I made excuses for, you know.
I was gonna say, and here you are, the exception and not the rule.
But a lot of that, I mean, I'm getting
I mean, shoot, you didn't
a lot
even,
of that is socialization.
You didn't even make excuses. You just didn't say anything, so nobody knew.
Yeah, I completely protected her.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, like, I probably wouldn't have done anything differently if I had to do it again as a man. I probably wouldn't do that. I probably still would have protected her, and probably, you know, I would have probably pushed the mental health angle a lot more.
I think pushing the mental health angle would have been helpful. And I also think, like, I don't know if there was anybody around, but if there was anybody around that could have helped, I think that person should have been informed. You know, I mean, friggin', I wouldn't have been any help at that point. I didn't know much about the topics, and yeah, some of that stuff was just so straight shocking. It's
What do you mean?
I mean, like, the normal stuff that you would assume was in a relationship or the problems, it was just like, you guys were breaking the mold on everything. So if I would have known some of the stuff that was going on, I don't even know how helpful I would have been, because I didn't really have any dealings with known mental health issues or...
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
yeah.
So I wouldn't. But if there was somebody else that could have been, I think that person, it would be good for them to be informed.
But this line right here, like, what's left of me a cavity, like, you left her empty.
Yeah.
But at least the space is mine.
Yeah.
It's where you left me to die. I wish my blood would slow down. Like, that's a crazy line. That's like one of the worst things that I see is, like, you got these women that, like, give 150% of themselves, and then the longer they're in the relationship, the harder it is to extricate themselves from the relationship.
Yep.
And then the guy ends up leaving because he's just done. He's tired of it. He's dragged her through the thing so many times that he's like, all right, it's not fun anymore. And then off they go. Or the girl will be like, you've cheated on me for the 58 millionth time, or you've hit me for the 19th time. I'm out of here. And he's like, okay. And he's completely fine. Like, and then, but that's, again, like, her lyricism is insane because she's got this, like, empty void. And then she says, but at least the space is mine. It's like, holy shit. Like, and I could never get through to this person. Bless God, I'm not even going to finish that sentence, but, like, I'd say, why can't you just be alone, Jay? Can't you be alone? And then her dad died, and you know, like, and they had a really great relationship, and she just couldn't be alone. That cavity, that, like, emptiness, she couldn't do it.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, but a lot of dudes are predatory when it comes to
women in that situation.
They are. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's true. But,
yeah. Wow.
You know, it's horrible. But that's one of the reasons I'm, you know, so hard on the boys.
Yeah.
You know, because I definitely think women need to be taught, like, how to stand up for themselves and things of that nature. But I also think that the cultural cues that we have and the socialization that we have, I think is I don't think watching Beauty and the Beast is automatically going to turn a boy into an abusive bastard or a woman who goes through with it. But I do think that those cultural sort of staples are indicative of a certain kind of mindset. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, but, I mean, she turned her pain into champagne. I bet you regret doing that now, bitch. Huh? What you did to that girl? Now she's rich and famous, touring the world?
All right, 9.8 for me.
Solid 9. We should be done, but we're not gonna be done. We have an encore for you, dear listeners. Stay tuned. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.